Happy Monday morning, everybody. It's about 10:30. I just got out of the shower. Lucy has her dentist appointment today. Well, Lucy and Jana. And then Annie also has her therapist appointment today. So, what's going to happen, I'm going to take Jana and Lucy to see their grandmother about maybe 12:30ish before we go to their appointment. And then my husband is going to meet the therapist here. So, just a bunch of stuff going on today as per usual. Right now, it's calm and quiet. It's really warm outside. Just trying to wrangle the kiddos and get them ready for their stuff. Not a lot going on this morning. I did have a nice little conversation with a friend of mine from back home. And I'm not sure if we are related or not. There's a chance we are. I just have to figure out the who's and the what's and the whens and the whys. But she remembers me growing up. She's a little older than I am. She's about my mom's baby sister's age. She remembers my family and she remembers my mother, and she actually remembers both sides of my family, which is really weird because I think she's friends with members of my mom's family, but I think she's related on my dad's family somewhere because of her husband's name and because of her very surname too. It's complicated. I know it sounds weird, but it is what it is. So we were talking about where we're from, and we're both from the small town area, and we were discussing the mentality of being in a small town, and if you manage to escape the small area where you're from and you manage to see the world and to, expand your mind and to expand your knowledge, you come back completely changed. And I hate to say this about where I'm from, but it's the truth. And I know people are going to be like, you're talking crap about, our town, but, it is what it is. Where I'm from, it's so closed-minded. It's hard to describe. It's a very, very small town. If you drive through it and you blink, you're gonna miss it. It's nothing but gas stations, a couple of churches, and then maybe a couple of schools. It's that small. And everybody knows everybody. And everybody is pretty much related to everybody. So A, you have to be careful when dating. And B, you can't run off and do anything bad because your mom is going to know it before you even get home. So, we were discussing about how the mentality there really hasn't changed much over the years. And I've heard about it from several different people who live back there, and who just for one reason or another just haven't moved away. It's their jobs keeping them there, because there is like surrounding areas that have really good jobs. So they live in this particular small town because the rent and mortgages are actually pretty lower. But I'm not speaking about people like that. People just pretty much have to stay there for work and things like that. First of all, the school system is terrible. I've been through that school system. My brother's been through that school system. Well, my little brother has, and then my two oldest brothers have been through that school system. And it's horrible, and it has not changed. So, first of all, there's that. The school system is total crap. And I'm so glad, I am so glad my kids aren't over there, because all I hear is complaints. Not only that, but other than restaurant jobs and gas station jobs, that's pretty much it. And I'm not dogging restaurant jobs and gas station jobs, because you got to make money somehow, right? But I'm talking about the people who are really closed-minded and who pretty much will Bible beat you down if you don't fall into the herd. And the friend I was talking to this morning called me a black sheep, and it's in term of endearment. And it's kind of like a compliment, because I never fell in to that particular crowd. I never fell in with that mentality of you have to go to church like 5 days a week or you're going to go to hell. I never fall into that stay at home and do nothing other than church crowd. That's just, I've always felt like there was something bigger out in the world, and I had the chance to explore Belgium. I've had the chance to go to Canada with my husband. I've had the chance to travel to very different states. So once you see more than what's available to you, your mentality completely changes. And I guess I consider myself lucky to get out of the town I was in, because it's just gone downhill over the years. And the last time I've been back home, Lucy was 2. And it was me, my husband, my brother, his girlfriend at the time, their daughter, and Jaina and Lucy. And we went to go see family because it was on our way to the Outer Banks. We lived like an hour away from the Outer Banks. And that's one of the few things I miss. I miss, you know, just going to the beaches. I miss the family that I have remaining there. I miss the old-timey churches. Even though I'm not religious, I miss the churches. I miss the cemeteries. I miss homecoming. Homecoming was always fun. You got to see everybody. You got to eat all kinds of food. I just miss like the little things that we look forward to during the year. And we were just discussing about how that town has not changed at all. And I look back and I look at some of my classmates who never did anything with their lives, who never took the opportunity to travel, who just pretty much stayed there, and who actually winded up getting themselves into trouble over and over and over again because they didn't know any better, because that's all there is to do in that one town. And I'm so glad I got out. I'm so glad. Guys, that place is just bad. I mean, it's not to the point where it's like Detroit, Michigan or anything like that, but let me tell you, I'm just glad I'm not raising my children there right now. But I do have some cousins who stayed behind because they have to take care of other family members and because of their job and things like that. Other than that, they probably would up and leave, because I recognize the fact that commitments sometimes keep you where you are. But there's just people that I grew up with, who I went to high school with, who I graduated with, that just never really did anything with their lives. And they have such a small town, or as my friend puts it, tuna can mentality, that it's just, you can't really have conversations with those people anymore because of all the things that you'd experience, you know? It's just really weird to look back on that town and just realize that you're so happy that you never fit in it, and you're so happy that you never fit in to begin with, and B, that you're happy you made it out. So if you're a black sheep, and if you realize there's something bigger and better out there for you, then go get it. Go get it, because there's so much out there. There's so much to explore. There's so many people to meet. There's so much to do. Don't let one tiny town hold you down. It's just not worth it. 6.
Oh, 6.
The number 6. So, taking Jaina and Lucy to go see their grandmother before their appointment. It's around lunchtime. I know it maybe seem like bad timing, but I gotta get them in here before their appointment. So it's the only way that I can actually work it. It's been a few days, so I'm hoping she feels a little bit better.
I feel not.
So my mom's doing a little bit better. She's sore, of course, and cranky, of course, because the nurses and doctors are in there like every 2 hours. She's tired and she can't rest very well in the hospital. And she has those pressure cuffs on your legs after major surgery, they have to check for blood clots and to work any blood clots out by those pressure cuffs. So those kept going off. And she just says that she really can't wait to get out of here and go home and sleep because she can't sleep there. So, but she was, I mean, she seemed a little better. She had a little more color to her face, and she was eating. They have her on a special diet right now. First it was just ice chips and water, and now it's just liquid. It's like pudding and jello and Ensure and just really soft foods. And after she goes home, they're going to have her on like a soft food diet too, until her body can just readjust to everything. But she's gonna still be in there for a few days, but she's slowly improving. So I really appreciate you guys not only keeping up with this, but keeping her in your thoughts and prayers. You guys rock. So I'm at the dentist office place. The kids are in the play area, and Jana, before we got here, we were like pulling up, and she informed me that last time we were here, either the dental hygienist or one of the assistants snapped at Lucy for asking for me. I guess she was getting too overwhelmed or too scared or something. But Lucy told somebody that she wanted her mommy. And then Jana, I mean, this is hearsay, but Jana said that one of the nurses, you know, asked, how old are you? Aren't you too old to be asking for your mommy? Like really snotty, right? And I asked for a description of this person. I went up to the front desk as soon as we got here. I said, look, this is what happened. This is what went down. According to my other daughter, who's in the same room, they don't allow parents in the room. What happens is that it's like a glass thing. You can look in the windows and see your child. It's like an open space, and it's like they corral the kids into like one open space, and then different chairs are in rows, and you can see through the glass. You can see your child and you can watch, but you can't actually hear what's going on. But Jana, you know, told me this whole ordeal that went down. I don't even know why she didn't tell me this before, but she just told me this today. And so I went to the front desk and I said, look, it's in her file that Lucy has autism and epilepsy, so she's going to get overwhelmed pretty freaking easily, and I don't appreciate anybody calling my kid immature or too young or to be asking for her mommy, because she's probably just really scared or overwhelmed. And I'm going to speak with somebody when we go back. He actually scheduled for me to talk to a manager or somebody about this, just so we can get to the bottom of it. Because first of all, my kid is 8 years old. Hell, I'm 35, and sometimes I want my mommy. Second of all, my kid has sensory issues and seizure issues. If she wants her mommy, you better come find me. Period. I don't care how old she is. If she's asking for me, you need to come and get me. So right now we're just kind of waiting for their turn to go in. They're already signed in, and I'm going to get to the bottom of this, and hopefully this goes okay. So hopefully she doesn't have any bad problems with the tooth bands. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So I already filed my complaint, and I've already talked to somebody official about what happened with Lucy and her last time she was here. She's with somebody completely different. I made sure of that, and I just went back to check on her, and they're in the middle of the procedure. They already have her hooked up to the nitrous and everything else, and Jana's in the waiting room. I had to sneak off to the bathroom. I'm in another restroom. Don't worry, I'm not doing anything but sitting in here. There's just too many kids in the waiting area, and there's too many adults and patients, and it's gonna get kind of noisy. But Lucy's doing okay. Jana's about to go in for her sealant, and I'm really hungry. I didn't eat any lunch. I didn't want to eat in front of the kids because they had to come here and have their teeth worked on. I wanted to wait until they were done, and we grabbed a small snack after we visited my mom, but it didn't hold us over at all. But I didn't want to eat like a full meal in front of them, knowing they had to come in here and get procedures done. So now we just have to wait it out, and after this we're gonna figure out dinner. This is a pretty bathroom. Look at that blue. It's really nice. But we'll see you guys in a bit. So I'm back in the waiting room. Jaina is back there and she needs some extractions too because she has the same issue with Lucy and getting her adult teeth in way too early. They're gonna take out some baby teeth because the adult teeth are actually right there at the gum, and the baby teeth that they need to take out, it's hanging on by the tissue. It won't come out. It won't come out on its own. So they're gonna give Jaina nitrous 2 and do her sealant, and then take out the baby teeth. I'm not sure why my kids are getting teeth early, but we were having a discussion in the back with one of the personnel, and she says that she's seen cases of kids getting their teeth in way too early, and it's pretty common nowadays to see 8, 9, 10-year-old with a wisdom tooth just below the surface, and a lot can contribute to that. Hormones in the food, genetics, environmental factors, just a combination of everything. But Lucy's bottom jaw is really crowded right now because she has adult teeth popping through or trying to pop through and baby teeth at the same time, hence the bands that they're going to put in her bottom jaw. Jaina's is the exact same way, only it's not as bad as Lucy. Jaina already has a wisdom tooth in the back, and for some reason that tooth is in perfect health. It's some sort of miracle. That tooth didn't have any problems, but she has a little pain through here because everything's pushing forward, but there's no infection, no redness, no anything like that. They said that the older she gets, the more her jaw will grow and kind of adjust to it, but if there's any pain or any inflammation, then bring her back. Her upper teeth look really healthy, minus the few baby teeth they have to take out because all her adult teeth are trying to push through. So she's gonna get the laughing gas treatment like Lucy, and it's not gonna take as long as Lucy's because Lucy has put in the bands in, like I said. So, and I'm starving. I'm so hungry, and I don't want to eat in front of my kids when they can't eat right now themselves. Oh my gosh, I'm famished. But I imagine they're gonna need soft food, so I have to maybe go by the grocery store and get like Jello and pudding and, you know, something soft they can chew. I have to kill another hour here, so I will see you guys then. What did you say?
Tell them about the stuff that I got.
Well, they know what happened to your teeth, but what did you say about your mouth?
My tooth is numb.
Your what?
My tooth is numb.
Let me see your wand. No, put your gauze back in. Let me see your wand.
Ding! I turned you into a frog.
You turned me into a frog?
Ding! You're
Ding.
now back to normal.
I'm now back to normal. So it's raining pretty hard. It's getting really breezy too. Don't know if you guys can see the trees moving. And this isn't even the worst part of the storm. It's still on the way. Our satellite is out. I'm not quite sure what that is. Do you see that little thing up in the tree? I don't know what that is. Hopefully it's a branch or something. I want to say it's a bird, but it looks too big. It looks too big to be a bird. It might be just a branch or garbage or something. That's pretty weird. More storms are on the way, so I'm gonna make this brief. Kids are off their side effects from the nitrous, and they've had dinner. Well, what they could eat anyway. They're still a little sore, but they ate, and it's getting really bad outside weather-wise. So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodnight so I can go ahead and get this up in a timely fashion in case we lose power. And I will see you guys soon. I have to work tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday. I have to work tomorrow. What, baby?
You have work today?
No, tomorrow. I have to work tomorrow, but I'm off Wednesday. So if I don't see you guys, if you don't see a vlog from Tuesday, then you would definitely see one from Wednesday. I hope everybody is having a lovely night, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.